You took a loss. It was clean. Stop got hit. Trade closed. Or maybe it reversed right after you got out. Either way, you're still sitting there, staring at the screen. And something inside you is already scanning for the next trade. Not because your setup is there, but because something in you doesn't feel finished. Most people call that revenge trading. That's the label. But the label makes it sound like anger. Like you just need to calm down, take a breath, follow your rules. Like it's a discipline problem. And if you've been trading for any amount of time, you already know that explanation doesn't really help. You can tell yourself to stay disciplined 100 times and still click the button. So let's not talk about discipline. Let's slow this down. Let's look at what's actually happening. After a loss, your body reacts, heart rate shifts, breathing tightens, attention narrows. It happens fast, within the next few trades. Strategy often drifts, not tomorrow, not next week, within minutes. But here's what's interesting. It's not always anger. It's discomfort. And there's a difference. Anger wants to attack. Discomfort just wants relief. And the fastest relief available is another trade. Because another trade means the story isn't over. Another trade means you're still in it. Another trade means the loss was just a chapter, not the ending. That pull back toward the market makes sense on the surface, but if you slow it down just slightly, there's something else underneath, quieter, faster, easy to miss. Because the next trade usually comes before you notice it. It's a small voice, almost silent, and it says something like, "I got that wrong. I should have seen that. Maybe I'm not as good as I thought." Not about the money, about you, that flicker of doubt. About who you are as a trader, and that's harder to sit with than a red number. Think about what happens next. When you jump back in without a setup, when you size up after a loss, when you enter a trade you know isn't ready. Part of you isn't looking for a good trade. Part of you is looking for proof. Proof that the voice was wrong. Proof that you still know what you're doing. Proof that the loss was just noise. The shift from confidence to self-doubt in trading is sharp, almost violent. Most traders don't process it. They reach for the next trade. And in doing that, the last loss comes with them, undigested. Now at this point, most videos would give you a list. Walk away, set a limit, journal, breathe. Those things aren't wrong, but they treat behavior. They don't show you what's driving it. So instead of a list, just try one question. The next time you feel that pull, that restless, "I need to get back in" feeling, pause just long enough to ask yourself, what am I actually trying to recover right now? Not the money. What else? Your confidence? Your sense that you read the market correctly? Your image of yourself as someone who doesn't get shaken. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to stop it. Just notice it. Because the moment you can see that voice clearly, you're no longer completely inside it. There's space. Maybe only a few inches, but space is different from reaction. Discipline tries to control behavior. Clarity changes what you see. Revenge trading isn't a character flaw. It's a very human attempt to feel steady again. The mind wants balance. It just reaches for the market to get it. You're going to take losses. That part isn't optional. The question is, when the loss comes, what do you do? With that voice, do you drown it out with another trade? Or do you let yourself hear it, just for a moment, not to fight it, not to silence it, just to see it? Because a trader who can see that voice clearly is a trader who is no longer being run by it. If this is something you want to keep exploring, I look at these patterns every week here. Come back when it feels right. Trade well. See clearly.